Hello and welcome. My name is Brenda Mailer with Sea Bright Spirit. Today I'd like to share a yoga practice with you that will help to bring your mind into your body. So it's about self-connection. So for this practice, you can have a couple of blocks if you have them available, and perhaps a cushion for a seated portion of meditation. But really, taking this time for yourself to connect to your physical body, to your presence, is so valuable because it helps you to connect to yourself as you move through your day, as you approach, the highs and the lows of life. So use this time to notice how you are physically, in your body, emotionally in your body, and even what's happening in your mind as we move through the practice. Okay? So let's come down onto our backs to get started. Just let's stretch your legs out along the floor. If your lower back is uncomfortable, you can always keep your knees bent and feet flat. Rest your hands on your belly and let's just take a few moments to connect with the breath. So just notice yourself breathing. Noticing where you feel the breath in your body. And then scanning the body and just noticing if there's any sensations arising out of your body. Your head and your shoulders, your neck, perhaps down in the hips or the legs. Let's take a moment to begin to turn your attention inward. And then as you're ready, take your hands straight up in the air and begin to circle your wrists. Circling them to find a deep range of motion, to kind of notice how your wrists move, any sensations that might be there, both directions. And then take your arms up overhead and stretch your body out. Take a couple deep breaths here. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, softening. Noticing how you feel through the shoulders, through the torso of your body as you're stretching all the way down to your feet. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring your arms back alongside your body. Now bring your feet flat. Take your right foot up into the air, circle the ankle joint, and notice how you feel through that foot, down the leg. Moving both directions. And then take your hand to your thigh and circle just your lower leg around. So you're keeping your knee and your upper leg nice and steady, and you're just finding a range of motion, circling the foot around the knee joint. And just notice how you feel in the knee, and switch directions when you feel ready. You might notice little sensations in the hip joint as you rotate the hip for the foot to circle. And then take that foot back up in the air. Lengthen through the back of the leg. So you might just let the leg reach through the heel on its own. And then grabbing onto the back of the leg, you might just encourage it to come a little bit more towards you or support it, but without pulling too much. So take a deep breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly take that leg all the way down to the floor, keeping the leg straight. Just rest it there for a moment, and then bend the knee. Now let's circle the hip joint, rotating the upper thigh, warming up the hip a little bit, noticing how you feel through the hip joint. And as you switch directions, you might notice a little bit different sensation, different muscles working to move the leg. Still connect with your breath here. If you have any clicking or popping sensations when you move your leg in this way, just be sure to adjust it so there's no discomfort. Okay? Draw your knee into your chest, stretch your left leg out along the floor, and take a couple deep breaths. Good. Now bring both feet flat. Take your left leg up into the air. Circle the ankle. Notice how you're feeling through the ankle joint, through the foot, the shin, the calf. Moving both directions. Good. And then keeping your thigh nice and steady, bend the knee and begin circling just the lower leg. So again, the knee stays in one point. We're just circling the foot around. Again, finding whatever range of motion feels right in your body. And then moving the other direction. And again, noticing any sensations or awareness in your body here. Just welcoming it all. No judgment, no expectations, just tuning in. And then take that foot straight up in the air, reach through the heel. Again, just let the leg draw towards you on its own first. And then as you're ready, you can take your hands around the back of the hamstring and just encourage the leg just slightly to come towards the upper body. Feeling a nice stretch to the back of the hamstring. Kind of opening up your awareness and the energy flow in the back of the leg. Now take that leg all the way down to the floor, nice and slowly. Rest it there for a moment. And then bend the knee and begin to circle the hip joint. So you're circling the upper thigh around, finding a range of motion in your hip that feels right in your body. Observing all sensations, and even the sense of warming in the hip joint as you move. Switch directions as you're ready. And then draw that knee into your chest, stretch your right leg out along the floor. Take a few deep breaths, really exploring your awareness in the back of the hip. Even as if it feels like you're guiding your breath into the back of your hip. And then take both feet flat. Now let's roll over onto your side and let's come up to knees. So coming all the way up to the knees, relax your arms beside you. Good. Now inhale, let's take the right arm up and exhale it down and back. Move with the breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down and back. Again, finding the range of motion that feels good in your body. The next time it comes down, let's move the other direction. Take it up and back on your inhale, forward and down as you exhale. Moving with the breath. Notice how you feel through that shoulder and relax the arm. Shake out the arm. Good, let's do the other side. Inhale forward and up. Exhale down and back. Notice the sensation of lifting. Notice the sensation of expansion as you stretch the muscles in around the shoulder and the chest. And then move the other direction. Inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. Moving your body in ways that feels nurturing and supportive, not forcing or with expectation, just noticing. And then relax that arm down. Shake out both arms. Good. Now let's take care of the neck a little bit here. So lift up through the very crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn your head to one side, like you're looking over your shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Noticing how you feel through the neck, what the range of motion feels like. Is it similar from side to side, or is it a little bit different? Just observe. No judgment. We're just noticing. We're learning about ourselves. The next time you come over to the opposite side and forward, rest there. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, drop your chin down to your collarbone. And just explore some awareness in the back of the neck. So you might just roll the head a little bit side to side, but we're not pulling on the neck. We're just noticing how we're feeling. If there's some tension or tightness, you might just stop and explore that space a little bit. Good. And then as you're ready, drop the head back forward, take a deep breath in, and lift your head back to center. Let's roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. And then just scan yourself. Notice, how am I feeling? What is my body showing me today? What is present? Is there anything I need to take care of? And then let's come down to all fours. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Spread the fingers comfortably and press the palm of your hands to the floor. As you inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the crown into cow pose. Exhale, curl the tailbone in, round to the back. Press the hands in the floor, opening the backs of the shoulders, and drop the head. Inhaling in cow. Exhaling cat. Doing this a few times at your own pace with your breath. And observing, noticing all the sensations through the torso, through the shoulders, the back, the belly, even the neck as the head comes forward. Are you crunching your neck? Are you lifting your head up and crunching the back of the neck in cow? Maybe keep the neck nice and long and expansive. Now the next time you come into cow pose, let's curl the toes under. You might walk your hands a little bit forward, coming into a high plank just for a moment, and then lifting the hips up into the air, coming into downward dog. Now look for some length through the spine. Bend the knees like you're pressing your hands into the floor. And then slowly pedal the feet out, just noticing how you feel through the back of each leg, taking your time, exploring your awareness here. And then bending both knees, lifting through the tailbone and pressing the hands to the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, sink the heels back. They might not touch the floor. They certainly don't need to. And just take a couple breaths, noticing how you feel in downward dog. Whether it feels easy or challenging, maybe restful or active. Good. Now let's bring the left knee to the floor and step the right foot between the hands. If you do have blocks, you can grab them now. Find a comfortable height with the block so that you can feel a little lifted through your upper body. Make sure your ankle is underneath your knee. Lift through the crown of the head and lean the hips forward, and now drop your awareness down into the back of your right hip, the front of the left hip, and just breathe, exploring your awareness here. Now inhale, shift the hips back, keep the knee a little bit bent. Bring the blocks back with you and take a few moments to just explore some length in the back of the leg here. So you might notice a little bit deeper of a stretch to the back of your right hip, and the belly coming down towards your thigh. And now inhale, come back forward, press that foot down. If you want, you can curl the back toe under, or you can stay in low lunge. Inhale, lift the arms up and come into a lunge warrior. Deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Now do curl your toes under in the back and just lengthen through the back of that leg for a moment. Inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, come forward. Keeping your hands on the blocks, keeping yourself nice and steady. Just let your upper body come a little bit over top of that front leg. And now bend the front knee. Bring your left block underneath your shoulder, your right hand to your outside of your right knee, and then just twist your body towards your right leg. Now you can hold yourself right here, or you can lift that right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, bring the blocks down, or bring the hand down. Move the blocks out of the way. Bring your right leg back with your left and come back to downward dog or child's pose. Notice how you feel through the back of your right leg versus the left. What's different if you're in downward dog? If you're in child's pose, you might notice how you feel in the back of your right hip compared to your left. Take a couple deep breaths. Connect with yourself in this moment. How do you feel? When you're ready, drop the right knee to the floor, step the left foot between the hands. Grab your blocks again, come into low lunge. Back toes going back, left ankle under left knee, leaning the hips forward, exploring how you feel through the pelvis, the back of the left hip, the front of the right hip. Right, and then walk yourself back so that the blocks are about at your knees, underneath your shoulders, and you're keeping this front knee a little bit bent. The foot might be a little bit flexed. You're just deepening your awareness and lengthening through the back of that left leg. Connecting with the breath is so valuable in connecting to our bodies. Right, now bring the blocks back forward, place that foot down. Again, you can stay in low lunge or you can curl the toes under into high lunge. Bring your hands to your knee and stabilize yourself. As you're ready, lift the arms, come into a lunge warrior, relaxing through the shoulders, taking a few deep breaths. But looking for that stability here in your lower body, through your belly, your abdomen. And a nice smooth breath. Now inhale, reach up. Exhale, take the hands to the blocks. Curl the back toes under, keeping yourself with the blocks. Inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, come forward. Do this a couple times. Noticing the movement with the breath. And then keeping the hips back, stabilizing yourself with the blocks underneath the shoulders, and letting the upper body just lean forward a little bit over top of that leg. Notice how you feel in the back of your left leg. Is your breath still flowing deeply and continuously? If it's not, make any little adjustment. If it's not make adjustments so that you can make sure that it is flowing with ease. Okay, so maybe don't go so deep or ease back a little bit. Good. Now from here, we're going to bend the front knee. We're going to bring the right block underneath the right shoulder, left hand to the outside of the knee, and you're going to twist your body to the left. Keep that length. If you need to drop the back knee to the floor, do so. And then if you want, you can lift that left arm up, but try to keep your weight over the legs. Notice if you're leaning into the block a lot, okay? Notice how you feel in the outside of this hip. How's your breath? Good. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the hands to the blocks. Now we're going to bring the foot forward. And we're going to bring the blocks forward and just come into an easy forward bend. So you can keep the blocks underneath you if you want. You can bring your hands to the back of your legs or the floor. But keep your knees bent so that your belly rests on your thighs. Release the head forward. And of course, adjust anything that you need to in your body so that you feel comfortable and steady. Now inhale, come up to a half lift. So you're just going to bring your hands just below your knees. You're going to lengthen through the spine like you're creating a table with your back. Keep your knees a little bit bent. See a nice stretch and activation through the hamstrings and the glutes. Deepen your breath here. Bend the knees. Sink the hips back and bring the hands straight forward in front of you. Just coming into a little chair pose for a moment. Activating through the legs. If you want, you can always grab one of your blocks and place it between your thighs to feel that activation a little bit more. Notice the stability. Notice your inner strength, your inner stability here. And keep your breath flowing deeply. Now, if you have the block there, set it down. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach, lengthen, and bring your hands beside you into mountain pose. Just stand here for a moment. Soften your gaze, close your eyes, and just take a moment to check in. How am I feeling? What's present right now? Is my mind focused and attentive? Am I distracted? Does anything make me feel anxious, or do I feel calm? How is my body? How am I supporting myself through my body? Now open yourself up towards the side of your mat. Take your feet wide. Turn your right toes out towards the end of the mat. Bend your right knee. Stabilize yourself down to the legs, pressing both feet to the floor. Lift the arms. Gaze over your right fingertips. See if you can lengthen a little bit through the back by drawing your low belly in. Relax the shoulders. Now feel the whole body present in the posture here. Really look for that awareness of the whole being. Turn your palm up towards the ceiling and lift that right arm, dropping the left arm back, experiencing some lengthening along the right side of the body. Deep breath here. Good. Now straighten the right leg. Keep that length on the right side. Shift the hips towards the back. Reach out with the right arm. Keep your right knee a little bit bent and soft so that you can just bring that arm down, experiencing nice length through here, but keeping that leg active. Rotate the left shoulder open And then if you want, lift that left arm for triangle pose. Now again, looking for the whole picture here, looking to the whole body, mind, and spirit in how you're expressing yourself through this pose, what's showing up for you, where do you feel supported, where do you need strength and courage. Good, now bend the knee, rise all the way up. Good, relax the arms. Let's turn that right foot in, turn the left foot out. We'll do those 3 postures on the other side. And now bend that knee, stabilize through both legs. Engage a little bit through the lower belly, lengthening through the crown of the head, and reach the arms out. Gaze over the left fingertips. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your ankle. Explore the breath. Feel your body. Now turn your left palm up. Take it up into the air. Drop the right arm back. Make sure you're still stable with the legs. Opening up through the left side of the body here. From the hip up through the arm. Comfortable gaze with the neck. How's your breath? Now straightening that left leg, but keeping the knee a little bit bent. Keep lengthening through the left side of the body as you then reach through that left side. And then bring that arm down to the inside of the leg. Again, exploring the lengthening through the back of that left leg. Grounding still through your right foot. Rotate your right shoulder towards the sky. And then if you want, you can lift that right arm up. Keep looking for expansion and stability in your body, in your mind, and in your breath. Good. Now bend that front knee, come all the way up. Good. Turn both feet towards the front. Heel toe the feet together. Come into mountain pose and just tune in. Lift the arms up. Bring your hands into your heart. Take a moment to connect with your center. Take a moment of gratitude for this time you're spending with yourself, honoring anything that is showing up. That which is easy, that which is challenging. Just being mindful to your experience here and now. All right, now let's step towards the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in, lifting the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward into a forward bend. Inhale, little half lift. Exhale, coming down. Walking the feet back, coming into downward dog or child's pose. Taking a moment here. And then leaning yourself forward over top of the arms, drop the knees to the floor. Bring your elbows to the floor. Move the blocks out of the way if they're in the way. Bring your elbows to your floor, your hands flat out in front of you or the palms together. We're going to come into a little plank pose. So you can stay on your knees here and just focus on your plank from there. We're firing up the belly a little bit. Or you can curl the toes under, coming into a full plank. Reaching through the crown of the head, trying not to look underneath the body. Deepening the breath. And if you need to, just keep moving between the knees or lifting the knees. Whatever feels best for you today. Follow your body's energy right now. And keep your breath flowing deeply. Notice how you feel through the core. Encourage yourself, support yourself. But if you need to, ease back. A couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, drop the knees. If they're not already, bring the upper body down. Good. Now keeping your left arm out in front of you, or your right arm, whichever. Bring your, so let's go left arm in front. Right arm is reaching back for the right foot. Now if you can't reach this, it's okay. You can always grab a strap. Or a belt would work too. And then just drawing the leg towards your glute. So you're just drawing the foot towards the glute, getting a nice stretch through the front of the right hip and down the quad. Keep breathing deeply. And you're just arching your upper back just slightly, keeping your head lifted. Now press the foot into the hand for a moment and just arch a little bit more through the upper back. And then release the foot and slowly take that leg down. Let's switch sides. So bringing the right arm in front. So you're just kind of bringing the forearm crossways in front of you, supporting yourself and lifting the upper body a bit. Bring the left foot towards the glute. Reach back and grab for that foot. And you're starting by just drawing it straight towards the glute. Pressing the pelvis a little bit to the floor, deepening that stretch through the front of the hip flexor. And down the quad. Noticing your breath. The belly pressing against the floor. And then pressing your foot into the hand, activating a little bit through the leg, arching just slightly with the upper back. Deep breath. And then slowly release the foot. Take it all the way down to the floor. Let's roll over onto our backs. Let the upper body rest. Bring the arms a little bit wide. Now feet are flat. Lift up the hips, shift them a little bit to the right and stretch the left leg out along the floor. Take the right or the left hand to the right knee and gently draw it across the body. So you're just stacking the hips slightly, trying to keep the shoulder grounded on the right side. If it starts to come up, just ease back a little bit and just find a comfortable twist in your body. Breathe deeply here. You want to feel a little bit of length from the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone. So we're not curving or arching the back, we're lengthening the spine. One more breath. And then inhale, come back up to center. Good. Bring the hips back into alignment, just lengthen out the spine, crown to tailbone, and then you're going to lift the hips, shift them a little to the left, stretch the right leg out along the floor, and then draw the left knee across. So once you twist here, now the crown and the tailbone should feel like they're somewhat in a nice long line. Breathe deeply and smoothly. Each exhale, maybe the body twists a little bit more. We're not pulling it, we're just supporting it. Noticing what's present. How is your body responding to the movement, the breath, even the stillness? On your next inhale, slowly bring your knee back to center. Realign your hips, Let's draw the knees into the chest and just rock across the lower back. Now coming into Happy Baby, there's a couple versions we can do. We can start by just drawing the knees towards the armpits and just spreading the inner thighs a little bit. You can hold on to the backs of your legs and do the same thing with the feet up in the air. Or you could grab onto the big toes or the outsides of the feet. You can come into Happy Baby and just rock a little bit side to side. Noticing the breath, noticing how you feel right now. And then coming to a little bit of stillness, take a deep breath. And then bring the legs down, stretch the feet out. Place your hands over your hips for a moment, just noticing how you feel through the hips, down the legs. And then bringing your hands back to your belly, noticing your breath. Relaxing your shoulders. Closing the eyes and letting the hands just lie down beside the body, feet separated a little bit. Take a deep breath into the nose and out through the mouth. Just letting your physical body settle into a comfortable stillness. Watching your breath, notice how you are. Relaxing the toes and the feet. Relaxing the knees and the hips. Relaxing the upper body, the spine, the belly, the ribs. Relaxing your shoulders, your elbows and hands. Relax your neck muscles and let your head feel heavy. Relax your jaw, your eyes and eyebrows. Relax your scalp. For the whole body relaxing. And for 3 breaths, imagine your inhale coming down to the top of your head, down to the fingertips, all the way to the tips of the toes. As you exhale, the breath travels back up and out through the crown of the head. Again, imagining as if the breath travels through the whole body on your inhale. Exhaling back out through the exhale. One more time, filling your body with fresh prana and energy. Exhale, releasing anything you no longer need. And then just sitting here for a moment, resting in your own stillness, your own presence. Being observant, noticing when the mind wanders, just coming back into your own sensation of right now. And wiggling the toes, wiggling your fingers. Taking a deep breath and reawakening your body. Take your arms overhead, stretching the body out, lengthening. And then exhaling, rolling over to one side. Taking a breath here, recognizing how you're feeling. Recognizing your efforts, your all that you're receiving right now through those efforts. And then slowly pushing yourself up, making your way back to your seat. Sitting comfortably, keeping your gaze inward. Let's just take a few moments to sit in stillness, in silence, but observing yourself physically, observing any emotions that might be bubbling to the surface, any thoughts that might be running through your mind. Sit in the awareness of the witness, of watching and detaching yourself from the movement of the mind, from the connection with the emotions, from the physical sensations. Witnessing your presence. Using the breath as an anchor point into your own presence. Acknowledge where the mind wants to go. It's okay observing the recollection of the past, the projection of the future. Just noticing our natural tendencies of what's happening. Where do we want to dwell on or escape to? But also noticing that coming back into the present moment, we have all that we need. We are as we are. Acceptance, self-compassion, honesty, trust. Bring your hands into your heart, acknowledging within who you are, how you are in this moment. In gratitude for this time you spent with yourself today. Rub your palms together, feel some warmth in the palms, and place your palms over your eyes. Slowly open your eyes into the warmth of your palms, bridging your internal world back with the external world, and then washing your face. Bringing your hands into your heart. Thanking mind, body, and spirit for this practice today, and I thank you for sharing yours with me. I hope it served you well. Namaste. As you move through the rest of your day, keep coming back to your awareness of the present, to the physical body, how you're moving, how you're holding yourself, to your emotional body of what's coming to the surface, what is triggering you, what is happening emotionally, the emotions that feel good and you want to honor and enjoy, and the emotions that feel challenging and can be hard to meet at times. Just honor how you are. And be aware of your thinking. Be aware of your thinking mind as to where your mind wants to travel, where it wants to go, where it escapes to, or what it dwells on. Acknowledge when you can let that go, come back into the present moment, and know that you have everything that you need inside to manage and navigate your life moment to moment. Thank you for being here.